The chase on the highway, the ending is so surprising.
As the state police are getting closer and closer, the vehicle, state police are right behind it as it has to navigate these turns. 3 blocks to 127th Street. We're west on 127th Street, and the police are close behind here. So you'll keep going west on 127th Street, and again, all of this is very, very dangerous. A lot of traffic in the other direction. There's a school bus that's slowing. It almost went into the back of the school bus, trying to get around the school bus here. This is a dangerous situation. Let's hope that school bus isn't occupied with kids. The vehicle able to get by here as the police continue this pursuit. This has been ongoing. We've been listening to this, I believe, since about 4:15. It's been ongoing before this, and again, it's traveled probably north and southbound of another 15 or 20 minutes, and maybe about 20 to 30 miles here. Went from all the way from where we are now near 130th, and now this vehicle is really picking up speed in the straightaway here on west of 127th. Went all the way down to Lansing, almost collided with a few vehicles, came all the way back north on the 394 here to the Bishop Ford. Now we're on 127th. There is an officer waiting for this vehicle here at 127th and Halsted, and that is coming up in a matter of seconds here, so we'll see what happens. They have to stop for the light at Halsted in traffic, and there is another squad that is right there.
Just missed
that, I believe that's Calumet City. That's coming in at 127th and Halsted. You'll notice that a lot of the pursuees here are either Illinois State Police or suburban jurisdictions here as this vehicle keeps going to 127th Street. Now again, we're in a city limits situation where we're going to cross I-57 in a matter of minutes here. The north side of I-57 here on 127th Street is Chicago. South is Blue Island. 127th westbound, and you can see how fast this vehicle is going. It has taken it, even with traffic. We're at 127th and Troop now. It's taken about 3 minutes to get from 127th all the way from the Bishop Ford, that's I-94, towards I-57 here. This is a busy intersection. 127th and Ashland here. We're by the expressway. Now we're crossing I-57, turning northbound here. Let's see if they jump on northbound I-57 towards the city here.
This is a very frightening situation, and at what point do you think there may be a shift in tactic here, Mike? I don't know. We don't know how far back they are because you can't change, and we don't want you to change the shot.
We've seen them gotten close a couple times, but you imagine a significant amount of coordination between the agencies here to try to communicate a possible path of where this person might go, even though there doesn't seem to appear to be any sort of plan. It of course got way more dangerous when you get off the interstate because it's much more close quarters, and one slight miscalculation can mean a really bad crash. And you also have this as well, getting when he's back on I-57.
And you've got this speed, and anytime you've got this level of speed, the slightest mistake can be deadly. And it's a very frightening situation for those around them. They can't necessarily see what's coming, and this guy's definitely, or this person is definitely driving erratically on the shoulder.
There is a large curve that's coming up here that again is another dangerous situation where I've covered a lot of accidents. Northbound 57, when you go north of Monterey to 111th Street, there's a big curve that comes up on 107th Street. If you're driving without traffic, it can be very, very dangerous. And then we're about a mile away from this either turning into the Dan Ryan, and I don't want to predict here, but if I had to, I would say this vehicle will probably head east as 57 goes east and then go right back south on I-94 rather than heading into the city. They are still pursuing very vigorously, though, behind. We see 2 state troopers that are trailing here as safely as they can. They're basically about a quarter mile behind. We also see squads now above on 99th Street, and there's that curve there. It's going underneath 107th Street on the right shoulder. You saw that Chicago squad going eastbound. They're all communicating in what's called the ISBRN network. They all communicate in situations like this with each other. Look at this vehicle picking up speed now, northbound at 103rd, and again, I-57 on the shoulder. This is going to make a northbound turn, and if you ever drive I-57, this is the turn around Halsted. In a matter of about 10 seconds here, it's going to have to turn right and then head eastbound towards the Dan Ryan merge. They just said on the dispatch that they said there was a male inside, and again, this vehicle is wanted for armed robbery. Earlier in the day, they're saying there's a male and a female inside. They believe that the people inside this vehicle are armed.
Riveting to watch this, but so frightening. And I worry, honestly, the most about the people that they are approaching. They have no idea what's coming their way, except someone that's moving very quickly. And how many times have you been on the expressway and had some really fast driver come up on you and scare you, and your reactions become critical? So it's really a frightening moment right now just to watch this, and where they're going to go and how police can even manage this. How, what kind of strategies they have to use to try to be able to handle this situation, because we have seen what happens when these cases go horribly wrong.
And in a crash. Yeah, and that's so often the case.
Exactly. Now we're on the Dan Ryan. So
Okay.
now they just went north on the Dan Ryan, and as we all know, a lot more traffic on the Dan Ryan. So now northbound, really again picking up that speed here. Northbound Dan Ryan, we're going to come up on 95th Street here. Now I can look ahead northbound. There is no traffic on the northbound Dan Ryan. There's the CTA red line at 95th Street. You'll see the vehicle come out on the other side of that. You've got Dan Ryan. Now again, what's different from the Dan Ryan than the other expressways, you've got exits basically every 4 blocks here. So they can exit 87th Street, 79th Street, 74th, 71st. You get the idea. Eventually, you can head all the way north, and we don't see any traffic on the northbound Dan Ryan all the way up until about where the Stevenson is. So again, this is another area where this vehicle, a Hyundai that is wanted for armed robbery, can pick up a large amount of speed. And now we're exiting again here. Let's see. We are at 87th Street. So I believe they're exiting at 87th Street.
So you're getting into a residential area, and this is rush hour still, and who knows what the circumstances are. School is in session, so there are potentially schools nearby that could be part of the problem. They're on residential streets now where you don't have, you have to slow down at each street to make sure that you don't run into anybody a lot of times on these side streets. So there could be pedestrians making their way. Fortunately, it's cold. Maybe not as many people maybe out walking the streets, but still, you're in a residential area, and he's still going well beyond the speed limit. Maybe not 100 miles an hour, but well beyond the speed limit.
And again, you see it right here as opposed to the expressway where you know it's open. These are residential streets, and you don't know what's coming up, and this could absolutely cause a collision. I believe we're off of State Street, or maybe a block off of this. They got off at 87th Street, went about a block, so we are about coming up maybe about 83rd Street here, northbound on this residential street.
Yeah, you just saw him go over a speed bump. So you're in a clear residential street dealing with speed bumps. Makes it even more frightening. I don't know. I hope people are watching, or they can alert people. And that's one of those things. There's no way for drivers and residents necessarily, unless they're watching television right now, to know what's going through their neighborhoods, and other drivers as well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right, and these speed bumps are here because we're off of State Street here, and again, now the vehicle is heading eastbound, but those bumps are there because a lot of people take those as alternates for the Dan Ryan and tend to exceed the speed limit there because they think, well, I want to save time getting off the Dan Ryan. Now the vehicle heading.
37, you still alive?
A firm, Fair and Peters, permission pit.
Stay ready.
Copy. Should be coming up to Whitehall next. Stand by.
Sounds like you're alone. Do you still have a secondary unit?
That's a negative. Continuing over McDaniel. Yes, I do have a secondary unit. I can call it.
We're behind the north side. Right now, there's one. Alright, Phoenix, we got it. Let us call it. We got it.
Got it on Peters going westbound. Westbound on Peters. Westbound on Peters. Westbound on the Whitehall. Coming up the Oak. Long lanes of travel. Gonna be going 70 plus. Still on Whitehall.
Heavy traffic over here, y'all. Heavy traffic over here. Almost 41. We are still south on Whitehall, crossing 48.
Heavy traffic up ahead, y'all. Heavy traffic up ahead. Almost 41. We are still south Whitehall, crossing over 48.
60 miles wrong lane. Travel again, back on the right side. Green state. Just going to on 41 feet. 41 feet. Very good. Got that corner. Nice traffic over here.
41 feet, Marietta, Pitchman.
Hey, first number lead. Still on Whitehall. You got heavy.
Switch to the other zone. Phoenix should be the only one talking on this radio.
Alright, we're still on lead. Fully well spinning out. He's
Gonna be roll lead. Just gain control. Regain control.
spinning out. He's going to be right. He just gained control, regained control. Continuing on lead. The vehicle is slowing down. Still with it. They're stopping in the middle of the intersection. The vehicle has stopped. Going to be at Lee and Oakland. Lee and Oakland, you got a driver running out. I'll stay with the driver.
Hey, coming up on your six. Coming up on your six. Hands. Don't you fucking move. Hands up. You're gonna crawl over this seat with your hands up. You understand me? Let's go. Crawl. Crawl now.
If you don't crawl, you'll get tanked, bitch.
On the ground. Don't you move. Hands down.
Hey, you got him? I'm gonna go with him.
Don't you move. I swear to God.
Hey, are you good?
Stand by.
I got a question.
Go.
I got a question.
But it's not question time. It's not talking time. Any guns in the car? Come over here. Scoot, I don't give a fuck what you gotta do. Let's go. Don't move. Face down. Don't move. Face down. Don't move. Stop moving. Yeah.
Black pants for sneakers. Alright, he's going to be
Get out of there!
I got cuffs.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know.
No, you're not. You're good. You got him.
I'll tell you what to roll the short tag. Robert 990.
Where at? Right here. No pain. It's right here. Right here. I got some scissors. Watch yourself. Stop moving them.
I'm putting him on
He's good. This one.